Gigi too. I've been thinking about you guys all week. I'm sure you guys are still doing well with your families, and of course, I'm still missing you. I found another rainbow. I found this rainbow, well, a little rainbow of carrots. What do you think, guys? Are these living or non-living? I'm not sure. Last time I made salt dough, and I didn't need to use the scientific method because I was following a recipe, so I knew what the results would be. I would get perfect salt dough. Every time I made salt dough before, we rolled it out flat, like I did for my rainbow of loose parts that I found in the backyard. But this time, I wanted to make a sculpture. Luckily, I saved half of my salt dough and I started to play with it, and I quickly realized that salt dough is not Play-Doh. At first, I was frustrated. I was sad and a little bit angry that I could not make the salt dough do what I wanted it to do. So, I played with the salt dough every day, all week long, so that I could learn more about and draw conclusions about the salt dough. So, here is what I know about salt dough. Salt dough is very heavy. Play-Doh is light. Salt dough is bumpy, and Play-Doh is really smooth. Salt dough is wrinkly when you play with it because it dries really fast while you're using it. But if you wet your hands a little bit, you can make it as good as new while you're playing with it. But salt dough is not Play-Doh. Salt dough and Play-Doh hold their shape. But like I said, salt dough is really heavy, so my sculptures kept kind of falling over. So I decided to ask myself, what is something that's heavy, bumpy, and wrinkly? And that's when I got the idea to make a sculpture of an elephant. So I made this sculpture. The salt dough was so heavy I had to make a tummy out of this ball I found in the yard. But this sleepy baby elephant is heavy and bumpy and wrinkly, just like I wanted. So then I thought, what about my rainbow? And I remember one time we went on a field trip to the avenues, and there was a bookstore, and they read the book Elmer, the Patchwork Rainbow Elephant. So I decided to paint my sculpture like Elmer. So now what I'm going to do is make a plan. So I'm going to draw an elephant. I just asked Google, how do you draw an elephant? I picked an easy one. And if you want to draw along with me, you can pause the video right here and go and get a pencil and a paper and then come right back and we can draw it at the same time. It's basic shapes like circles and squares and triangles. Get ready to draw. This is the elephant I decided to draw. I'm going to show you step by step how to draw this elephant. Remember, you can pause the video if you need more time on any step. You can see I only use circles, triangles, and the ears are shaped like the letter C. I had to erase some of the extra lines, so make sure you have the eraser and use a little bit of force with the pencil. Let's get started. Step 1. Draw a big circle for the body and leave room for the elephant's feet. Draw a smaller circle for the head. Step 2. Draw the letter C shape, then make the same shape backwards on the other side. For the feet, draw a straight line with the rainbow shape on top. Step 3. Draw the shape of the letter J. I finished the elephant's trunk with the shape of the letter S. The trunk is big at the top and little at the bottom. I used two shapes like the letter V to have tusks. I also added hair on my baby elephant. Step 4. A drawing tells a story, so I added more details like wrinkles on the trunk, eyes with eyelashes, and toenails shaped like the letter M. I traced all the lines with a black crayon. Step 5. I made straight lines down and side to side, and now I'm ready to paint the patchwork rainbow on the elephant. Make each square a different color. Once your plan is complete, you can use the same steps to finish your salt dough project. For the salt dough, I used oil pastel crayons. I made the patchwork squares, then colored each one like I planned. I used the water to make the salt dough soft enough to get the ball out. And voila, a heavy, bumpy, wrinkled, rainbow, patchwork, sleeping baby elephant is laying in the sun to dry. That sounds like the beginning of a story I would read.